Welcome. Go ahead and just start in a comfortable cross-legged seat or any seat that feels comfortable for you. And then let the eyes close. As you inhale, feel a little more length through the back body. As you exhale, soften the shoulders back and down. Allow the face to soften. Just take a moment here to really arrive on your mat. Give yourself permission to truly show up for your practice today. I've been thinking a lot in the last few days about transitions and how transitions are these really beautiful spaces where we can let go of what has already happened, or we can allow it to influence what may happen moving forward, or we can really cling to it and let it really detract from what may or may not come. Transitions are also this space where we can allow ourselves to soften and open up to what might be happening in the future, or we can really get wrapped up in our perception or our idea of what we want to happen and really project that into what may or may not happen. So I invite you, as you practice, to really pay attention to the transitions. Notice when you're wanting to linger in the past, or when something from the past starts to really affect the transition. Notice in those moments where maybe you are already anticipating what's to come, or you're expecting something or wanting something. And I invite you to see if you can play with being really present and really open in the transitions without expectation, without attachment, and finding a space to simply allow the movement and the fluidity, and allowing the thoughts to stay open and neutral as you move through the transitions. Bringing the hands into prayer at the heart center. Lightly lift the heart up toward the thumbs. Opening with 3 ohms together. Breathing in the vibrations of Om, letting everything else go. The eyes float open, coming onto your hands and knees, stacking the shoulders right over the wrists, hips over the knees, beginning to move through some cat and cow. As you inhale, tuck the toes under, lift the gaze, tip the tailbone up. Exhaling for cat, untuck the toes, rounding chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhaling for cow, really opening across the chest. Exhaling for cat, drawing the navel toward the spine, pressing the mat away with the palms. Inhaling for cow, hammock the abdomen down, lifting the gaze. Exhaling for cat, pressing into the tops of the feet and the palms. Coming to a neutral spine, lengthen the right leg long behind you with the toes tucked under, and just start to rock back and forth a bit here, opening up a little bit more through the foot and the back of the leg. And then stack the shoulders right over the wrists, spin that right heel down to the ground, reach the right arm up toward the ceiling. Reach that right arm overhead. Circle the arm in front of the body toward the back edge of the mat and overhead once again. 2 more circles in this direction. Just starting to warm up through the shoulder. Pause as you're reaching overhead, one long line of energy from those right fingertips through the outer edge of the right foot. And then circle the right hand down to the mat, bring that right knee down to the mat. Reach the left arm out and up, look up toward your left thumb. And then thread the left arm underneath the right, resting the left cheek onto the mat. Reach the right arm straight forward, press into the palm, try to lift the wrist off the mat. And then as you press into that right palm, draw the right shoulder away from the ear. Maybe you can twist a little more deeply. Stay relaxed through the tops of the feet and the toes. Weight is even on both legs. Then slide that right hand back under the right shoulder. Reach the left arm out and up, lowering the left hand down to the mat. Inhale for cow. Lift the gaze, tip the tailbone up. Exhale for cat. Draw the chin to the chest, but relax through your jaw. Coming back to a neutral spine, lengthening the left leg long behind you, rocking back and forth here. Try to keep all 5 toes grounded. Mindful that you're staying open across the chest and you're not dropping the head. Stacking the shoulders right over the wrists, spin that left heel down to the ground, reach the left arm up toward the ceiling, and then reach that left arm overhead, circle the arm in front of you toward the back edge of the mat and overhead, 2 more circles in this direction. Mindful that you're not sinking into that right arm and shoulder, really press the ground away with the right side. Pause as you reach overhead with that left arm, actively pressing into the left foot, maybe reach a little bit longer through the left arm. And then circle the left hand and the left knee back down to the mat. Reach that right arm out and up, opening the chest and the shoulders. Thread the right arm underneath the left, resting the right cheek onto the mat. And then reach that left arm straight forward, pressing into all 5 of the left fingers. Relax the toes, relax the jaw. Actively press into that left hand to draw the left shoulder away from the left ear. You have 1 more breath here. Slide that left hand back under the left shoulder. Reach the right arm out and up, lowering the right hand down to the mat. Inhaling for cow. Exhaling for cat. Coming to your neutral spine, lengthen the right leg long behind you, reach that left leg long behind you in plank pose. Start to shift forward and back a little bit, just like you did 1 foot at a time. Beginning to wake up the core a little bit more, mindful that you're pressing the ground away with the hands and you're not rounding through the shoulders or upper back. And then with your next exhale, press back to your first downward dog, reaching the sit bones up and back. Begin to pedal through the feet here, sending one heel closer to the ground and then the other. Maybe you shake the head out a little bit if you're gathering tension in the shoulders or the neck. And then find stillness with the legs. Bring a little bit of a bend into the elbows so that you can breathe more space into the upper back and chest. Try to keep that space that you just found with the elbows bent and then re-extend the elbows, wrapping those upper arm bones in toward your face. As you inhale, lift up high onto the balls of your feet. Keep gazing between your big toes. Bend your knees, pressing your chest a little bit closer to the tops of your thighs. Re-extend the legs and then drop those heels just as close to the mat as they'll come in this moment. As you inhale, come forward to plank pose, top of a push-up, lowering the knees, the chest and the chin, elbows point straight back. Baby cobra, scoop the heart forward and up as you point the toes back and down. Downward dog as you exhale, feeling the backs of the thighs press toward the back edge of the mat. Inhale the right leg up, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee. Lengthen the leg long, square the hips. Knee to the nose, get the shoulders right over your wrists. Three-legged dog. Right knee to the right upper arm bone. Lightly step the foot outside of the hand, so big toe and pinky finger are right next to one another. Lower the left knee down, untuck the toes, turn the right toes out to face the right side of the mat. Let the knee fall toward the pinky toe. And then use the right hand to just gently press that thigh open. As you press into the left arm, try to lift up out of the waist a little bit more, spiraling the chest and the gaze up toward the ceiling. And turn those right toes forward. Bring the right hand back down. Tuck the left toes under. Lift that left knee and thigh. Press back to your three-legged dog. Right leg reaches up and back. Open the hip, bend the knee. Try to kick your left seat with that right heel. Lengthen the leg long. Square the hips. Knee to the nose. Step the foot between your thumbs. Take a deep breath in here. Get a little bit longer through the spine. Left foot meets the right at the top of the mat, releasing over the legs. Sweep the arms out and up, high prayer. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Release the hands, shrug the shoulders up and back. Hands come to the shoulders, circle the elbows forward, up and back. Release the hands, reach the arms forward, up and back. This time as you reach the arms up, find a high prayer. Draw your prayer through the midline, folding forward over the legs. Let the weight rock forward in the feet. Let the head hang heavy. Inhaling to your flat back, reach the crown of the head forward, lengthen the tailbone back. Step your left foot back to your low lunge. Take a deep breath in here. Downward dog as you exhale. Inhaling forward to plank, lower knees, chest, chin as you exhale. Baby cobra, lifting the heart forward and up. Downward dog as you exhale, pressing the chest closer to the tops of the thighs as you lift the sit bones up and back. Reaching your left leg up, three-legged dog, open the hip, bend the knee. Lengthen the leg long, square the hips. Knee to the nose, get the shoulders right over your wrists. Three-legged dog. Left knee comes to the left upper arm bone. Lightly step the foot outside of the hand. Lowering that right knee down, untuck the toes. Turn the left toes out to face the left side of the mat. Bring the left hand to that inner left thigh. Gently press the thigh open as you spiral the chest and shoulders open to the left. Mindful that you're not dropping into that right shoulder. Really press the ground away. Find more length through both sides of the waist here. And then turn those left toes forward. Bring the left hand down to the mat. Tuck your right toes under, lifting that right knee and thigh. Press back to your three-legged dog. Left leg reaches up and back. Open the hip, bend the knee. Lengthen the left leg long, square the hips. Knee to the nose. Lightly step that left foot between the thumbs as you inhale, get even longer through the back body. Right foot meets the left as you exhale, folding over the legs in Uttanasana. Sweep the arms out and up, high prayer. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Release the hands. This time, shrug the shoulders back, up and forward. Hands come to the shoulders, reach those elbows back, up and forward. Release the hands, sweep the arms all the way back behind you, up to frame the face and down. Sweep the arms out and up, high prayer as you reach up, look up. Draw your prayer through the midline, folding forward over the legs. Let the weight rock forward in the feet, a little bit of a bend with the knees as the head drops heavy. Inhaling to your flat back, try to get your chest parallel to the ground. Step the right foot back to your low lunge. Deep breath in here. Downward dog as you exhale. Inhaling forward to plank. Lower knees, chest, chin as you exhale. Baby cobra, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And then lower the forehead down to the mat. You're going to slide the fingertips forward and out to the side diagonally, making grasshopper arms. As you inhale, really tent up those fingertips, press into the fingertops as you lift the chest, lift the gaze. Reach the chest a little farther forward as you lower all the way down. Inhale, lift the chest forward and up, roll the shoulders open and down the back. And lengthen longer as you lower the forehead and the chest back down to the ground. One last time. Inhale, lift on up. Drop the right shoulder down as you look over the left shoulder. Come back through center, dropping the left shoulder, look over the right shoulder. And come back through center. Lift a little bit higher if you can, and then slowly lower all the way down. Bring the hands right under the shoulders. Press back to child's pose, hips to the heels. Allow the third eye to press into the mat. If it feels good to sway the hips a little bit or circle the forehead on the mat, you're welcome to find some movement. Pausing right here, notice if you are anticipating what might be about to happen. Notice if you are lingering in something that already happened in the past. Allowing yourself to move through the transitions, to be present in each moment. Reaching longer through those arms, gaze past your thumbs, stay as close to the mat as you can, slide forward to your baby cobra, think of rolling a marble on the mat with your nose, and then lower the forehead down to the mat, tuck the toes under, press up to plank, strong and steady here, downward dog as you exhale. Take a slow, deep breath in. And let all the breath go. Feel the shoulders soften, feel the jaw relax. Pull up through the front of the thighs just a little bit more. And then slowly begin to walk your feet up toward the top edge of the mat, right? Luxuriate in this transition, in this journey. Knowing that you will arrive in your forward fold eventually. And when you do, just let yourself release forward. You're going to bring your hands right over your ears and then gently draw the crown of the head down toward the mat as you lightly lift the sit bones up toward the ceiling. The weight is rocking forward in the feet, just giving yourself a little bit of traction here, lengthening longer through the neck and the back body. Release the hands. Maybe shake the head yes, shake the head no. Shake the head maybe. And keeping the knees bent and the head heavy, slowly start to roll up one vertebra at a time. Your head is the very last thing to arrive. When you have arrived, absolutely no rush. You'll shrug those shoulders up and back a few times. Just let yourself find stillness, standing tall in Tadasana, mountain pose. Dropping your chin to your chest, circle the right ear to the right shoulder, just pause here, breathing into the left side of the neck and the top of that left shoulder. And bring your chin back to your chest, circling the left ear to the left shoulder, and just pause. Try to relax the tops of both shoulders, make sure the weight is even in both feet here. And then bring your chin to your chest, bringing the hands into prayer at the heart center. As you inhale, reach your prayer up, look up toward your thumbs. Exhale, draw your prayer through the midline, folding forward over the legs. Inhaling to your flat back, extending nice and long through the spine. And release over the legs, let it all go. Sweep the arms out and up, high prayer as you reach up, look up. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Hook your thumbs, butterfly those palms, soften the knees as you sweep the arms forward and up, lift up out of the waist, look up toward the fingertips. Fold forward, circling the hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, reach your knuckles toward the ceiling, ground to the head. head drops down to the ground. Release the hands. Inhaling to your flat back. Right foot steps back to your low lunge. Take a deep breath in here. Downward dog as you exhale. Inhale forward to plank. Slowly lower straight down to the mat. One solid piece meets the ground. Keep hugging those elbows in. Baby cobra, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Lower the forehead down to the mat. Tuck the toes under. Press up to plank. Downward dog as you exhale. Mindful of your thoughts in those transitions. Reach the left leg up, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee. Lengthen the leg long, square the hips, knee to the nose. Step the foot between your thumbs, lower that right knee down, untuck the toes. Sweep the arms up to frame your face, Anjaneyasana. Circle the arms back behind you, down and then up to frame your face. Lift up out of the waist. Lower the hands down to the mat, tuck the right toes under, lift that right knee and thigh, and then straighten your left leg. Pull that left hip crease back and in, relax the shoulders. As you inhale, rebend your left knee over the left ankle. You're going to step the right foot forward and behind that left leg, so your pinky toes are touching. Your heels are winging out a little bit. Make sure that there is weight evenly on both feet here. And uncross the legs, bringing the big toes back to touch. Hook your thumbs, sweep the fingertips forward and up. Palms together, prayer to the heart center. Hook your thumbs, soften the knees, sweeping the fingertips forward and up. Lift up, look up, fold over the legs, circle the hands behind your back, interlacing the fingers as you fold forward. Release the hands, fingertips toward the toes. Inhaling to your flat back, left foot steps back to your low lunge. Deep breath in here. Downward dog as you exhale. Inhale forward to plank, slowly lower straight down to the mat. One solid piece meets the ground. Baby cobra, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Lower the forehead down to the mat, tuck the toes under, press up to plank, strong and steady. Downward dog as you exhale. Reach your right leg up, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee. Lengthen the leg long, square the hips, knee to the nose. Step the foot between the thumbs. Lower that left knee down, untuck the toes, sweep the arms up to frame your face, Anjaneyasana. Circle the arms all the way back, down and up. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Lowering the hands down to the mat, tuck those left toes under, lift the left knee and thigh, deep breath in, straightening the right leg as you exhale. Really pull that right hip crease back and in. Rebend your right knee over the right ankle. As you exhale, the left foot steps behind the right, so you're crossing at the very tops of the thighs. Your pinky toes are touching, the heels are winging out. Both legs are straight. Both shoulders are relaxed. And uncross the legs, big toes touch. Hook the thumbs, sweep the fingertips forward and up. Palms together, prayer to the heart center. Hook your thumbs, non-habitual thumb in front. Sweep those fingertips forward and up. Really lift up out of the waist. Fold over the legs, circle the hands behind your back, interlacing the fingers. Release the hands, fingertips reach toward the toes. Inhaling to your flat back, reach a little bit longer through both sides of the waist. Stepping your right foot back to your low lunge. Deep breath in. Downward dog as you exhale. Inhaling forward to plank, lowering all the way down to the mat, one solid piece. Baby cobra, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Lower the forehead down to the mat, tuck the toes under, press up to plank. Downward dog as you exhale. Inhale your left leg up, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee. Lengthen the leg long, square those hips, knee to the nose, step the foot between your thumbs, lower the right knee down, untuck the toes, sweep the arms up to frame your face, reversing the arm circles to reach forward, sweep the arms down, back and up to frame your face, relax the shoulders. Lower the hands down to the mat, tuck your right toes under, lift that right knee and thigh, deep breath in. Straighten the left leg as you exhale. Rebend your left knee over the left ankle. Step that right foot behind the left. So you're crossing at the thighs, pinky toes touch, heels wing out. Make sure you have weight evenly on both feet here. And uncross those legs. Hook your thumbs, sweep the fingertips forward and up, look up toward the fingers, palms together, prayer to the heart center. Hook your thumbs, soften the knees, sweeping the fingertips forward and up, fold over the legs as you interlace the hands, have the non-habitual thumb on top. Release the hands, inhaling to your flat back, really reach the crown of the head farther away from your seat. Step the left foot back to your low lunge. Deep breath in here. Downward dog as you exhale. Inhaling forward to plank, slowly lowering straight down to the mat. Try to get both shoulders and both hips to meet the ground together. Baby cobra, press into the tops of the feet as you lift the heart. Lower the forehead down to the mat, tuck those toes under, press up to plank. Downward dog as you exhale. Reaching the right leg up, three-legged dog, open the hip, bend the knee. Lengthen the leg long, square the hips, knee to the nose. Step the foot between your thumbs, lower the left knee down. Untuck the toes, sweep the arms up to frame your face. Sweep those fingertips forward, down toward the mat, back behind you, and then all the way up overhead. Relax the shoulders, but keep reaching long through the arms. Lower the hands back down to the mat, tuck the left toes under, lift that left knee and thigh, deep breath in. Straighten the right leg as you exhale. Rebend your right knee over the right ankle, stepping the left foot behind the right, so crossing up the thighs, winging the heels out as the pinky toes touch. Keep weight evenly on all 10 toes if you can. Uncross those legs. Hook your thumbs, sweep the fingertips forward and up. Palms together, prayer to the heart center. Pause here, take a deep breath in. Let all the breath go, not anticipating what might or might not happen next. Doing your best not to carry anything that isn't useful from the past into this moment. Sitting into chair, Utkatasana. Cactus the arms. And you're going to give yourself a big bear hug with that left arm underneath. Walk the fingertips back, try to catch the shoulder blades a little bit more. As you inhale, stand up, straight legs, lift the elbows, lift the heart and the gaze. Exhale, round, so you're gonna really draw navel in toward the spine, drop the elbows, chin to your chest. Inhale, lifting the heart, the elbows and the gaze. Exhale, rounding in. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rounding in. This time as you inhale, sit back into chair pose, unwrap the arms, cactus the arms, and then wrap the right underneath the left. So opposite arm is on top, walk those fingertips back a little bit more. As you inhale, straighten the legs, lift the elbows, lift the chin, lift the gaze. Exhale, round, drop the elbows, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, lift up out of the way, straight legs, grounding down through those feet. Exhale, rounding in. Inhale, lift the elbows, lift the heart and the gaze. Last time, rounding in, really draw the navel in and up. Sitting into chair pose, release the arms. Take a deep breath in here as you exhale, sit just a little bit lower if you can. One more breath in. Fold over the legs as you exhale, let all of that go. Inhaling to your flat back, reach nice and long through the spine. Step your right foot back to your low lunge, left foot meets it in plank pose. Slowly lower straight down to the mat, one solid piece meets the ground. Slide the forearms forward for Sphinx pose, so those elbows come right under the shoulders. Your forearms are parallel to one another. Think of energetically drawing the palms back and the heart forward. Really roll the shoulders open and down. Engage through those low abdominal muscles. Tuck the toes under. Keep engaging those abdominal muscles. Lift the thighs and the knees. Forearm plank for 3 breaths. Deep inhale. Let everything go as you exhale. Can you stay present here? Not waiting for what's about to happen. Not getting wrapped up in the thoughts if this is hard or not what you wanted to do, yes. And slowly lower down, back to Sphinx pose. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Lower the forehead down, bring the hands right under the shoulders. Press back to child's pose, hips to the heels. Bring your palms together in prayer. Keep the elbows grounded as you bend the elbows. Bring your thumbs toward the back of your neck or your upper back. Walk the elbows a little bit farther forward and closer to one another. You have 2 more breaths here. Extend the arms long in front of you. Gaze past the fingertips. Slide out to your baby cobra. Lower the forehead down to the mat. Tuck the toes under. Press up to plank pose. Lowering chaturanga halfway down. Upward dog. Come onto the tops of the feet. Thighs and knees hover off the mat. Downward dog as you exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Deep, deep breath in. And let all the breath go. Slow, deep breath in, fully present right here, right now. And let all the breath go. One more breath here, grounding down through your own hands and your own feet. Present with your breath in your body right here, right now. Reaching the right leg up, 3-legged dog. Step the foot between your thumbs. Rise up to your high lunge. Feel those inner thighs hug in toward the midline. Deep breath in. Opening to warrior 2 as you exhale. Spin that back heel down. I'm going to adjust so that I'm mirroring you here. You're going to eagle wrap your back arm, your left arm, underneath the right. Draw the elbows toward your left heel as you look over your front shoulder. Soften that front shoulder. Notice how the back shoulder and hip want to start rolling forward. Really let them peel open. Release the wrap of the arms. Peaceful triangle, reverse triangle. Reach all the way up and back. Reach, 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 reach. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat, step to plank pose, lowering chaturanga halfway down, upward dog as you inhale, downward dog as you exhale. Inhaling the left leg up, 3-legged dog. Step the foot between your thumbs, rise up to your high lunge, shoulders stack right over the hips. Deep breath in here. Opening to warrior 2 as you exhale. So I'm going to shift once again so that I'm mirroring you. Eagle wrap your right arm, back arm underneath the front arm. Draw those elbows toward your right heel. Gaze over the left shoulder, soften that left shoulder. Notice if you're dropping that front hip or dropping the torso forward. Try to keep the shoulders right over the hips. Anchor into the back foot just a little bit more. Release the wrap of the arms, reverse triangle. Straighten that left leg as you reach all the way up and back. Reach, reach, reach. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat, step to plank pose, lowering chaturanga halfway down. Upward dog as you inhale, downward dog as you exhale. Take a slow, deep breath in, and let all the breath go. Lifting up high onto the balls of your feet, bend your knees, gaze forward, either walk or hop to the top of the mat, flat back when you've arrived, and release over the legs, let the breath go, let the head go, let any thoughts go. Sweep the arms out and up, high prayer. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Deep, deep breath in, and let all the breath go. Sitting into chair pose, Utkatasana. Cactus the arms, eagle wrap your left arm underneath the right. As you inhale, straighten the legs, lift the elbows, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, round and draw those elbows in toward your chest. Inhale, release the wrap of the arms, sitting into chair pose. Cactus the arms, eagle wrap the right arm underneath the left. As you inhale, straighten the legs, lift the elbows, the heart, and the gaze. A little bit of an upper back bend. Exhale, rounding in. Inhale, sit into chair pose, release the wrap of the arms, and fold over the legs. Let it all go. Inhaling to your flat back, reaching nice and long through the spine. Step your left foot back to your low lunge. Right foot meets it in plank pose. Slow and steady, you lower straight down to the mat, one solid piece, no doubting yourself. Baby cobra, lift the heart and the gaze. Lower the forehead down to the mat, slide those forearms forward. We're coming back into Sphinx pose. Check in. Did you immediately start to come to a thought or anticipate what's to come? Lift the navel in and up. Draw those shoulders back and down. Reach the heart forward. Tuck your toes under. Lift the thighs and the knees. Forearm plank. 3 breaths here. Watch the thoughts. Watch those transitional moments. Right? Are you anticipating something? Are you clinging to something? Are you wanting things to be different or better? Can you just be present with what is? And lower yourself back to Sphinx pose. Lower the forehead down to the mat. Bring the hands under your shoulders. Press back to child's pose, hips to the heels. And again, bring your hands into prayer. Bend the elbows so that they're grounded on the mat. Walk those elbows forward, bringing your thumbs either to the back of the neck or maybe toward the tips of the shoulders. And just pause here. Breathe into the back. Breathe into the spaces that feel a little sticky or tight. Breathe into those places where you are clinging or attaching. Reach the arms long in front of you. Gaze past your thumbs. Staying as close to the mat as you can. Slide out to your baby cobra. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Lower the forehead down to the mat. Tuck the toes under. Press up to plank. Lowering chaturanga halfway down. Upward dog as you inhale. Really press the ground away with the hands. Downward dog as you exhale. Feeling the backs of the thighs press toward the back edge of the mat. Reach your right leg up, 3-legged dog. Step the foot between your thumbs. Rise up to your high lunge. Take a deep breath in here. Opening to warrior 2 as you exhale. Eagle wrap the left arm underneath the right. Draw those elbows toward your left heel as you look over the front shoulder. Reverse triangle, release the wrap of the arms, reaching all the way up and back. Side angle, Parsvakonasana, bend that right knee. You can bring the right forearm to the right thigh or bring the hand inside of the foot if you're ready to go there. Really lift up out of that right side waist, just like when we were on hands and knees. Press into the back foot a little bit more. Reach longer through that top arm. Circle the left hand down to the mat, spin to the ball of your left foot, low lunge twist, reaching that right arm up toward the ceiling. Reach the right arm toward the back edge of your mat, circle it by the hip, rise up to your high lunge. As you inhale, straighten that right leg, cactus the arms. Exhale, rebend the knee, eagle wrap the left arm underneath the right. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Exhale, rebend the knee, cross the left thigh over the right. So you're coming into full eagle, Garudasana. See if you can wrap the toes around your standing ankle. Huge maybe, yes. Find the breath. Find a steadiness with the mind, even if the pose is feeling wobbly, even if the physical body's wobbly. Release the wrap of everything. Step back to your high lunge. Lift the heart and the gaze. Lower the hands down to the mat. Step to plank pose. Lowering chaturanga halfway down. Upward dog as you inhale. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Downward dog as you exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Deep, deep breath in. And let all the breath go. Inhale that left leg up, three-legged dog. Step the foot between your thumbs. Rise on up to your high lunge. Opening to warrior two. Really press down through the right heel. Eagle wrap the right arm underneath the left. Draw the elbows toward your right heel as you look over your left shoulder. Relax that left shoulder. Reverse triangle, release the wrap of the arms, straighten the left leg, reach, reach, reach. Feel this length in the left side waist as you come into side angle. Rebend that left knee. Don't collapse through the left side. Again, the forearm can come to the thigh. If you're ready to bring the hand inside of the foot, go for it. Really wrap the left side of the rib cage up toward the ceiling. Lift the arch of your right foot, engage that inner right thigh to wrap the left hip under you just a little bit more. Circling the right hand down to the mat, low lunge twist, reach that left arm up toward the ceiling. Reach the left fingertips toward the back edge of the mat, circle the hand down by the hip, rise up to your high lunge. As you inhale, straighten the left leg, cactus the arms. Rebend the knee, eagle wrap right arm underneath left. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, rebend the knee. Try to keep the leg exactly as it is, crossing that right thigh over the left. Maybe the toes start to sneak around the ankle. As the hips sit back and down, lift the elbows and the heart. Draw the knees to your midline toward your right just a little bit more. And release the wrap of the arms and the legs. Step back to your high lunge. Lower the hands down to the mat. Step to plank pose. Lowering chaturanga halfway down. Upward dog as you inhale. Downward dog as you exhale. Come back to the breath. Fully present in this moment. Noticing if you are venturing into the past or the future with the thoughts or with expectations. As you inhale, lift up high onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, gaze past the fingertips and either walk or hop to the top of the mat, flat back when you've arrived. And release over the legs. Just let everything go for a moment. Sweep the arms out and up, high prayer as you reach up, look up. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Come back to the breath. Maybe close the eyes for a moment. Checking in, just observing for yourself how the transitions have been going thus far. Right? Transitions are hard for many of us, not just those physical transitions from pose to pose, but those moments in life of transition where we haven't quite gotten from one point to the next yet, where we're not quite sure about what might or might not happen yet. Allowing the eyes to float open, sitting into chair pose, Utkatasana. Really let the weight rock back into those heels. And then you're going to cactus the arms. Eagle wrap the left arm underneath the right. Draw that left knee up toward your chest. And then start to cross the left thigh over the right. Find eagle. Find that steadiness. How's the breath? How are the thoughts? Release the wrap of the arms and the legs. Step back to your high lunge. Opening to warrior two. Spin that left heel down. Reach long through the arms. Reverse triangle. Straighten the right leg as you reach all the way up and back. Reach, reach, reach. Side angle, Parshokonasana. You can keep the forearm on the thigh. You can bring the hand inside of the foot. Try wrapping that left arm behind your back for a half bind. Really roll that left shoulder open. And then see if maybe you can start to wrap the right arm underneath the left to find those left fingertips or maybe the wrist. Notice if ego just got involved. Keep spiraling the chest and the shoulders open. Release any binding that you have. Reverse triangle. Straighten that right leg. Reach all the way up and back. Cartwheel the hands into your low lunge twist. And then reach those right fingertips back. Circle the hand down by the hip. Rise up to your high lunge. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Cactus the arms. Exhale, rebend the knee. Eagle wrap left arm underneath the right. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, rebend that right knee. Left thigh crosses over the right, coming back right where we started from an eagle pose, Garudasana. Unwrap the arms and the legs, high prayer as you reach up, look up. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Pause for a moment. Come back to the breath. Sitting into chair pose. Cactus the arms. Eagle wrapping the right arm underneath the left. Stay grounded on your left foot. You're going to cross that right thigh over the left. Finding eagle. Finding your breath and your focus. Release the wrap of the arms and the legs. High lunge, reach up, look up. Opening to warrior two. Spin down through that back foot. Lip your front palm, reverse triangle. Reach all the way up and back. Reach, 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 reach. Side angle, Parshokonasana. Forearm can come to the thigh, or you can bring the hand inside of the foot. Really press into the back foot. And then check out the half bind, wrapping that right arm behind your low back. Can you wrap the left arm underneath the thigh to catch the right fingertips or wrist? Can you be okay if the answer was no? Really press into that back foot, wrapping the left hip under you, wrapping the chest and the shoulders toward the ceiling. So don't let the chest collapse and close in favor of finding the bind. Reverse triangle, release any binding that you have. Straighten that left leg as you reach all the way up and back. Cartwheel the hands into your low lunge twist. Right hand touches down, left arm reaches up. Reach those left fingertips toward the right heel. Circle the hand down, rise on up. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, rebend the knee, cactus those arms. Inhale, straighten the leg. Wrap the right arm underneath the left. Rebend that left knee. Strong and steady. Transition to right thigh crossed over left. Find your full wrap of your legs for one last Garudasana here. Can you sit the hips a little farther and down? Stay lengthened through the upper back. Maybe those elbows start to touch the top knee. Unwrap the arms and the legs. High prayer, reach up, look up. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Deep breath in. And let all the breath go. Deep, deep inhale. Let everything go as you exhale. Sweeping the arms out and up, high prayer. Draw your prayer through the midline, folding forward over the legs, inhaling to your flat back. Step the right foot back, left foot meets it in plank pose, top of a push-up. Slowly lowering all the way down to the mat, one solid piece. Baby cobra, lift the heart, lift the gaze, hover the palms off the mat, circling the hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, reach the knuckles back, try to lift the thumbs away from your seat. You are welcome to lift the legs or keep them grounded, yogi's choice. One more breath in, can you lift a little bit higher? And release down to the mat, resting the right cheek onto the ground. It feels good to sway the hips a little, sway the hips. And bring the forehead back down to the mat. Walk those legs closer to one another and farther behind you. As you inhale, lift and lengthen everything away from the mat. One last back bend here. You can keep the arms by your sides or interlace the hands behind you again. You decide what your body is needing right here, right now. One more breath in, maybe you lift even higher and release down to the mat, resting the left cheek down. Big toes touch heels, wing out if it feels good to sway the hips a little, sway the hips. And then bring the forehead down to the mat, bring the hands under the shoulders, press back to child's pose, hips to the heels. Take a slow, deep breath in. And let all the breath go. Deep, deep inhale. Let everything go as you exhale. Coming on to your hands and knees. Lengthen the left leg long behind you. And then draw that left knee in. You're going to cross the left thigh over the right, just like we were doing in eagle. Open the feet a little bit wider so that you have space to come back and sit without sitting on either heel. Take a moment here to make sure that the heels are equidistant from the hips. One usually starts to sneak in a little bit closer. You're grounded evenly on both sit bones. If this is way too much today, you can always straighten that bottom leg and just keep the knees crossed. Sitting up nice and tall, you are welcome to stay upright, or you can fold forward. Maybe you stack your fists on that top knee. Maybe you fold all the way forward. You decide where you can safely be. Let the eyes close. Trust that wherever you are in this pose is enough. It's where you are meant to be. Noticing the quality of your breath. Noticing the quality of the thoughts right now. Can you be present right here, right now? Slowly come back up to sit if you folded forward. Uncrossing the legs. Lift the shins. Take a moment in Navasana, boat pose, just building a little last bit of heat here in the core. Cross the shins, rock forward onto your hands and knees. Inhaling for cow, lift the gaze, tip the tailbone up. Exhaling for cat, rounding chin to chest, navel to spine. Coming back to your neutral spine, lengthen the right leg long behind you.
Draw the knee in and then cross that right thigh over the left, shifting a little bit of weight into the hands so that you can really snuggle the thighs and knees over one another. Make sure that the heels are wide enough so that as you sit back, you are not sitting on either heel. Check that those heels are equidistant from the hips. Again, if you need to straighten that bottom leg, that is perfectly okay. Notice if you're shifting the weight to one sit bone or the other, try to even that out. Sitting up nice and tall, and you are welcome to stay upright with the eyes closed. Welcome to fold forward, maybe stacking the fists on that top knee so the third eye can press into something, maybe folding a little bit farther forward. Wherever you are, drop into the breath. Knowing that you have everything you need in this moment. There's nothing to achieve or accomplish. There's nothing you need to fix or make better or different. All you have to do here is simply breathe and stay with yourself. Stay with the physical sensations. Observe the thoughts and the emotions that surface. Invite yourself to let them go as quickly as you identify them. And slowly come back up to sit. If you folded forward, extend the legs in front of you. And this time just shake the legs out a little bit. You can windshield wipe the feet open and closed. And then bend those knees. Scoot forward, make sure that you have space behind you. Reaching the fingertips forward, slowly start to lower all the way down, one vertebra at a time. When your entire back is on the mat, hug the knees into your chest. Just pause for a moment, allow the low back to release. Keep letting the shoulders melt open. Taking a happy baby, grab the outer edges of the feet, the ankles or the shins. Let the feet reach toward the ceiling. Knees are super wide, feet are super wide. It feels good to rock and roll a little bit. You can, maybe you straighten one leg and then the other. Trying to get the entire spine onto the mat. And hug those knees into the chest. Lengthen the legs long on the mat, as wide as the mat, feet flop open. Hands come by your sides, palms face up. Allow the eyes to close. Dropping into Shavasana, your final resting pose. Allowing the efforts of your practice to soak in. Remembering that no effort, no matter how small or how large, is ever wasted. your next breath be a little bit deeper. Really mindful of this transition out of Shavasana. Begin to wiggle the fingers and toes a little bit. Notice where you're wanting to rush. Notice where the mind is wanting to go. Nod the head side to side. Slowly sliding the feet onto the mat one at a time. Reach the arms long overhead, stretching through the torso. Gently roll to the right side into fetal position. And just let yourself pause for a moment. Know where you need to be. There's nothing you need to do. Just let yourself drop into this fetal position for a moment. Press into your top hand. Slowly start to press yourself back up to a comfortable seat. Allow yourself to find stillness with the eyes closed again when you've arrived. Be mindful of that transition. Joining the palms into prayer at the heart center. Lifting the heart up toward the thumbs. Sealing practice with one Om. The best within me bows to the best within you. Namaste. Thank you. I invite you to be really mindful of your transition out of your practice, off your mat, and back into whatever you are about to do. And just notice for yourself those moments of maybe lingering or longing or anticipating, and see if you can just stay really present with yourself and enjoy the magic of the transition, where everything is unknown and we can really soften and open to what might come next.